welcome back to my channel. It is Candace with a K here, where I normally talk books, beauty, and kicks. Today, I am giving my review of Charmaine Wilkerson's latest book, Good Dirt. Now, this title is not set to release until January 28th, so I am giving you a little sneak peek at what the book is about, and I hope that you are interested in putting this book on your TBR. If you are interested in hearing my review, please keep watching. The theme for 2025 is health and wellness, and I'm relying on Black Girl Vitamins to help me do just that. I recently picked up these vitamins that are going to help me be the best that I can be this year. So, of course, I got the collagen powder, which will help with gut and also making sure that I look my young, youthful self. Now, I also got the vitamin D supplement as well as the hair, skin, and nail supplement. These are both gummies and they are absolutely delicious and they are perfect to add to my vitamin routine. Once again, the theme is health and wellness, and I'm doing everything to make sure that I'm my best self this year. You can use the code Candace20 to also get a discount from Black Girl Vitamins. Be sure to go get yours today. Most of you may know Charmaine Wilkerson from her work Black Cake. Now, when I tell you Black Cake was a superb book, it was superb. Even the show that was on Hulu, unfortunately only given one season, was even just as good. Like, you didn't have to read the book to enjoy the show because the show captured the book so well, even taking its own creative license, but that's with everything. So now she is about to release her upcoming book, which is called Good Dirt. First, let's talk about the cover. Now, the cover is actually very good, okay? Especially after you have read the book. So what you'll see in the cover is you see the silhouette of a face. But that silhouette is also the breaking or kind of the splitting of a jar, which is really what the book is about. Okay, so this book follows an affluent Black family who has moved to the suburbs, and they are stricken by a home invasion gone wrong and a shattering of a family heirloom that has been in their family for generations. Okay, that is the quick hit, quick summary of it. The book does a good job of providing you with some history and the historical context to better understand the importance of this heirloom, while also showing you how this family is dealing with the grief and the trauma that comes from losing a loved one. Now, I don't and won't provide any spoilers in this review, but I will say that the book is written phenomenally. Charmaine Wilkerson, when I tell you that woman put pen to paper and ate down. Like, for me, I wouldn't consider myself a writer, but I am a writer because I write so much in my day-to-day and kind of just work. And so I especially take a keen eye to sentence structure, sentence syntax, and how the reader experience is. So if you are using language that's kind of like unnecessary and frivolous, throw it out. Charmaine does a very good job of writing in very short, concise sentences, but she does so in a way that doesn't make it feel rushed, if that makes sense. She's also very good at third person. So there is dialogue. I don't think at all there's the use of I. So there's no first person narrative. So the third person really places you in the story. You don't see that a lot from authors, and I think it's an interesting writing technique because I'm almost like the camera as the reader, going through the experience of her telling this story and what has happened, because it's also not present day. So it just works so well. And the more I sit with it and the more I think about it, the more I like the story and how it was written, above everything. Again, no spoilers, but I will say that I connected with this story so much because there's a level of grief that people experience, but it's very particular to Blackness. And what I mean by that is that no matter what you do to elevate yourself as a Black person living in America, you will always experience discrimination or prejudice on one of the isms. So that could be sexism, that could be racism, that could be classism, that could be ageism, that could be all of these things. You're going to experience discrimination in some form or fashion, no matter how far removed you think you may be from it. And I think that in itself is interesting and captivating. But there's even another layer of grief of parents losing their children. And a lot of people don't know this, but it has affected me personally. So seeing the ways in which a parent has to still continue for the livelihood of a living child, although their child was just murdered. Charmaine ate. She ate. It is such a good story. And then when you add the historical piece and the importance of this jar or this vase, it makes it even more compelling. And you can tell that Charmaine sat with this story and was thoughtful in her delivery and how she was bringing forth this narrative. Because even if it is fiction, it happened in one form or fashion, whether these are the names of people or not. This happened where we had African Americans coming over from foreign nations, that could be wherever, coming from the coast, the sea, finding their ways around inventions and becoming forefathers in these spaces without the accreditation and acknowledgement. It's just really good, y'all. So I rated this book 4.5 stars, and here's where it didn't lose me, but more so pissed me off. There's two things. The first being, I hate when books bring up COVID. Like, I know it's a reality. I know we experienced it. I know that it happened. I know that it probably should be acknowledged, but I don't like it. I want to pretend like that time didn't exist. Okay? So I know it's kind of hard when you're doing like realistic fiction, and you're trying to put us there. But like, let's not talk about COVID and like wearing masks and like not being able to go out because we're amidst a global pandemic and just the mishappenings of how it all was handled. Let's not talk about it. Okay. So that's just personal grievance. Now, my second thing, which I don't know if it will be corrected once the book hits the market, because I did receive an advance copy. So thank you to Ballantine Books as well as NetGalley. But when we're talking about Black people in writing, capitalize the B. The B should always be capital. So we're not talking about the color Black as in this Black t-shirt, but we're talking about a group of people. And so the B should be capital. Now, I don't have that same rule for white people. But for Black people, capitalize the B. So those are my two things I kind of was like, damn, girl, you could at least capitalize the B. And it just irked me so much as I was reading it, because that's something that I'm so cognizant and aware of in my own writing that I want an author to do the same. Now, those are personal preferences. It's up to everybody. All of that is subjective, but those were my two that gave me like, I think you. But nonetheless, Miss Wilkerson, you presented a wonderful book, and it's too early to say, but I probably will be putting this in my top before the year is up. It's too early to say, but there's a possibility for sure. I did a funny post over on Instagram which shows a review out of context for this particular book. So please go over there, like that photo, and check it out, because it is actually humorous, although the story is not funny whatsoever. But we try and find joy in other ways. And so I needed to give you kind of like a review with GIFs and memes, just with no context. Like, this is what the book is about. I love those kind of posts. So I was like, oh, I'm for sure doing one for this book. Good Dirt will be released on January 28th. I will have the pre-order or the regular link down below. So if you want to go ahead and get your copy, go ahead and do so. Add it to the TBR. It is a must. Like, even if you don't get around to it anytime soon, go ahead and add it, because this was a good one. And I think you will enjoy it if you are into historical fiction and the Black experience in America, period. And so with that, I want to say thank you if you've made it this far in the video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.